Last week, Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, a sitcom from the minds of Tina Fey and some other guy, was released on Netflix. All at once, all 13 episodes. And I watched them all in like 2 days. Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt follows the life of a woman who has just spent the last 15 years in a bunker because a crazy reverend told her the world was going to end. She and her fellow kidnappees are freed in the first episode, and we watch Kimmy's crazy lifestyle in New York as she experiences everything for the first time. The show is... yeah, it's funny. It's interesting. It struggles to find its identity in the first couple of episodes, and I can't imagine actually finding it funny if I was a kidnapping victim. But yeah, I'd give it a solid thumbs up and a shrug. Or at least I would if I wasn't completely exhausted by it. I have some sort of Netflixian hangover as punishment for intense binge watching. Binge watching is a pretty crazy concept. Netflix didn't invent the idea, but they are the first to do it intentionally. And because of that, viewers ate up shows like House of Cards and Season 4 of Arrested Development. It's subtle, but these shows are meant to be watched in one big lump instead of week by week. The stories are a lot thicker, and there'll be a reference to episode 3 and episode 12 because you just watched episode 3 this morning, so you don't need to really remind yourself of it. And as consumers, our immediate response is to rejoice in Netflix because now we don't have to wait to see what happens next. Now we can stay up till 4:30 AM watching Hemlock Grove. I'm running out of examples. But what if waiting a week between episodes was kind of the point of television? What if that, dare I say, is part of the art? Shows like Breaking Bad or Game of Thrones earned half their praise because of their nail-biting cliffhangers at the end of an episode. Waiting a week between episodes to find out if or if Tyrion built tension. They enhance the shows and why we love them. Binge watching also removes those great communal speculation threads on the internet where fans from all over the world could come together into some sort of friendship. Or you could go and talk to your real friends. I don't know why I didn't say that one first. I guess that's a real sign of the times. What I'm getting at is this: in order to be binge watched, a show has to be written a certain way. And I don't know if Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt was written that way.
What is wrong with you?
NBC actually owned the rights to Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt first before selling them to Netflix, so that sort of proves that it was conceived as a week-by-week episode show. And because it isn't, I feel it kind of suffers from being a little bit annoying. It's kind of like your 2-year-old nephew who's great in small doses, but if you hang out with him too much you're going to regret offering to babysit. Because I had it all in front of me, the entire series, and I gobbled it up. And this show is packed to the brim with quirky characters who walk a fine line of being lovable and horribly irritating. Maybe I would have found scenes like these funny if I'd watched them once a week, but all at once it's a bit much. I'm not really a big fan of the Netflix model. I genuinely enjoy waiting a week for a new episode of something. It's part of the experience for me to know that at some point during my week a tiny little morsel of entertainment is going to be released and I get to curl up in bed with my laptop and a bowl of noodles and watch my shows. If you give them to me all at once, I'm never going to get out of bed. And I'm going to need a lot more noodles. And more importantly, the show could become just a haze of characters and jokes instead of highlights from week to week. Or I could just go outside.
Caviar, Myanmar, mid-sized car.
You should subscribe to Popture for more interesting content from me, and if you like this video, then go ahead and click the like button, like the actual like button, because a cyber like means more to me than any sort of actual connection I could make in the real world.